Today's halakha we're going to discuss what's the ideal oil that you should use to light the Shabbat candles. And I guess we'll preface with, this is the entire second parak in Shabbat. We read it every Friday night. And there's a list, a long parak of Mishnayot, the Gemara as well, that goes into detail of the oils, not oils, but to understand the principle behind it, and that'll help define the specifics afterward very easily. The idea is that when we light the Shabbat candles, it's twofold. There's one that we need to make sure that there is a proper amount of light that you can benefit and derive hana'ah from throughout the duration of Shabbat. Remember again, think back before electricity, the light they would light, the candle they would light was their only light for the entire night. So they wanted to use something that was very, very strong, that had a nice shine, that had a nice glow, and it would help them see and build that Shalom Bayit that we spoke about many, many times. So that's step one. But step two is, Chachamim also prohibited using not strong oils that didn't have a nice flame, or that didn't go into the wick very well, or they prohibited some types of wicks. Why? Because sometimes back then they would use everything. If you use the wrong material, it wouldn't shine properly, it wouldn't give a nice light, and they would come, chas v'shalom, to tilt the candle to give more oil, give more light, and enhance the flame, enhance the fire to shine brighter. And that is a grave sin on Shabbat. It's one of the melachot, havara. You can't do such a thing. You can't add fuel to the fire. It's considered like you're burning a fire, which is one of the lamentet melachot. So understanding those principles, there's a sequence of halachot that fall into it that we're not going to necessarily speak about every material because we don't understand what those materials even are. But to understand the preface, understand why the Chachamim institute yes and why they institute no for different types of materials is because, one, we want to have a beautiful and shine bright, and two, we didn't want it to be dull and accidentally go and fix it, which is a melacha on Shabbat Isur Deoraita. So now the halacha goes into different types. Cottonseed oil, even though the Mishnah says it's not allowed, Rav Adi writes that today because they're experts in taking out the psola, taking out the garbage of it and letting it be pure oil. It burns well. You can use it. Again, I don't know anyone who even uses that. The next would be wax candles and paraffin. Some want to say be machmir that with wax candles you shouldn't do it, but from the letter of Allah, Rav Adi writes that today our wax candles are fine, they shine perfectly, they're bright, you would be allowed to use the wax candles. Rabbi Chaim agrees with that as well. The next is shemen zayit. The halacha explains that mitzvah min mufchar, the most ideal mitzvah is to use olive oil. Don't mix it up with Chanukah, it's also the mitzvah, we'll get there in the upcoming weeks. But also for Shabbat candles, use olive oil. Why? Because that has the nicest and clearest shine and isn't dull. And they like to say, someone who is very meticulous to use olive oil, the Gemara and the Sefer Chasidim explain that he will be zocheh, to have the zechut, to have boys and children who give light with the light of their Torah. Me'irim be'or Toratam. Beautiful, beautiful mashal. It's a very nice idea. The Sefer Chasidim adds, Ma'aseh be'adam echad sheherich yamim. He brings a story that there was one person that became very old, and I don't know how they did this. Ve'lo matzu lo shum zechut. They looked at the guy and said, this guy has no zechuyot. He's empty. How did he live so long? And in his time they said, Ela shaya noheg shelo le'adlik hanerot ela be'shemen zayit bilvad. They found out that he was very meticulous to light with the olive oil, and therefore he had this zechut for long life. Again, I don't know how they knew he had no other zechuyot, but that's what the Sefer Chasidim says. Don't take it literally, but it's a beautiful idea that someone who goes after the best of the best, Hashem will reward him with a long life. Have a wonderful day.